the fact of the matter is, I think we all agree with you in the fact that the penalties don't, to me, and I think JT agrees, don't justify the crime. Okay?
Yeah.
Because regardless of whether it's a child, a baby, or it's an adult, it's still murder. Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
Now the thing is, because of the laws that they have in some of these countries, not all, but some of these countries, they are able to use the mental capacity as being not of a sound state in mind as being their legal defense to get them off their crime. And now that's part of the problem. So it's not. I mean, the problem is some countries have that, some don't, and that's where it's kind of such a fine line. It's such an issue because in America,
no, it's not an issue. It's a clear-cut case. If I was a judge, right? And if I found
but it's not. You don't have that power.
Law.
I
It's
know,
the
but I'm
law.
just saying-
No, as a judge, you have to follow the law.
But the law has to be changed then. That's what I'm trying to say.
But that has to be that has to go through government to get the law changed, and that's the problem.
Trying to get the government to do something.
Exactly.
That's another. Again, it's another.
Okay,
issue,
okay.
right?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's a sex offender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been a sex offender since let's say 19. He's been doing it. He's now 38.
Right.
Yeah. Is he really going to change?
Give me a break.
Can you really
Do you think so?
rehabilitate this guy? So
Why waste time?
So what do we do? So what do we do? We put him in prison.
Castrate him.
Yeah, we put him in prison. Okay, now we're coming up with
extreme. Well, I think we're starting to see
extreme,
the. But,
Well, listen. If he doesn't know how to use these tools,
take them away. It's like a kid with his toys. If you don't know how to play,
You've just fallen into it because you've just fallen into it. Said take his tools away. What about the mother when I first said about the baby?
Yeah.
Take away the womb. Well,
Look,
look,
what I didn't agree was,
No, you disagreed with it, but
No,
you're saying the same.
No. He doesn't.
No, I do agree
He
with
didn't
that.
understand that was where you were going. I think that was the thing.
No, but he was saying, Bruno was saying that you were saying that you were coming to that point, right? But put a stop to it so she doesn't get pregnant again, basically. But Bruno was asking a question. Well, who's starting it? Who's the responsible person to have a baby? I mean.
No, I didn't ask that question.
No, you didn't ask the question, but you were saying that hey, listen, you've just opened a whole ball of
But it is because it does lead in a lot of different.
But my
of
point
course
was,
it does.
who are you to determine? Like, how do you set up the rules that determines the point of no return?
The point of no return is when somebody is, what's the word they use? It's consistently or regularly being an offender.
Okay,
Maybe
so
in this case,
wait. So in other words, how many children or how many babies do you have to kill?
Listen, it's the same with everything else. When you go to
No, seriously.
No, hold on.
Seriously,
When you go,
it's callous. If you can take another human life, yeah, as a defenseless one that easily, yeah, okay. Where's the rehabilitation?
But I've got to take.
there's no such thing as rehabilitation.
So if you're not going to rehabilitate them,
Yeah.
Hang on.
Listen, can I find out? Can the viewers, if anyone out there, can you tell us how many people have been who are criminals who have been rehabilitated?
There's
No, hold on a minute. I'm just asking.
you're going in the wrong direction.
No,
Exactly.
I'm just asking a vague question because I want to know. Seriously? How do you know somebody's rehabilitated?
No.
Rehabilitated.
As a criminal, you can't judge someone who stole a loaf of bread to feed their family, and the guy that raped a child.
Okay.
You can't put them in the same conversation.
No, I'm not talking
so
about
when you're talking
stealing
about
a
crime,
loaf of bread
but
and
you're
maybe...
talking about but you're talking about a crime. So
I'm
a crime
talking
must
about
be on merit to what it is.
Exactly. I'm not saying that for every crime that's the punishment.
No. He's saying
I know,
you can't ask that question because there are going to be people who have been rehabilitated who have committed a crime, but the crime may not be as extreme as what you've brought
but
up.
I think the viewers know what I'm talking about because we're not talking about a
But
trivial
actually,
you're
crime.
saying
we're not talking about something
the
trivial.
crime.
Look, let me put it out there is that yes, there are people who have been rehabilitated. There are people who haven't recommitted the crime that they initially committed. All right, but where do we get to choose, or how? What allows us to choose that someone is not allowed to be?
Is your crime against humanity, or is your crime against society?
But how are you to know that that person can't be rehabilitated?
No, is your crime against society?
How are you to know?
No, hold on.
It doesn't matter. How are you to know? How do you know that
If
that
your
person
crime
will,
is against
will
humanity,
commit? How do
if
you
it's
know? It
against
doesn't matter.
humanity,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you might, like someone could, get Benji Marshall. I'll use him as an example because I spoke to him about him before. Right? He might have been. Say he's
You
been.
can't use that.
Hey. Okay, fine. I won't talk about him then. Just, I mean, basically, the point I'm trying to make is that there are some people who have been in an extreme situation and they have committed an extreme crime like murder.
That is against. That is against.
They have committed a crime like murder, yet they've gone, done their time, they've come out, and they haven't committed a crime again.
What are the circumstances?
Hold on.
You see,
Hold on,
can't-
you didn't let JT finish. We asked, is this something against humanity or is this something against something against society?
What do you
didn't let him
consider
finish
murder?
that.
What do you
But
consider
he didn't let him
murder?
finish that because in certain situations, I agree with probably JT. It depends. If it's something to do with society, or it depends on the situation. Maybe he's a loner, but all of a sudden people are willing to help him out, and he's brought in.
Yes, but
Well, no. But
What
Yeah,
I'm saying
I'm
is,
just saying.
what I'm saying is, how are you to know that person will not rehabilitate?
Okay.
That's why I asked
no,
you my
no.
question. How many people do you know who have been rehabilitated? How
There-
do you know that you can rehabilitate?
You know, there are probably quite a lot who have been rehabilitated.
But how do you know that
you
you
don't
could-
know? You
No,
don't
but
know
no,
about
you-
them because legally they're not allowed to reveal their identity.
I know, but I'm asking you, how do you know that you can rehabilitate?
Chaps.
You're asking that question, but how do you know that?
Well, how do you know they
we should
can't?
wrap it up, chaps.
Well, unfortunately,
I think it's time
look,
to
we've
wrap
run
it
out of time. Obviously, this is a conversation that will go on forever. So hopefully you guys have got something to say because I want to hear what you guys are thinking.
In me wrapping up, society, humanity, they're the two crimes. There's the line for
and
me.
it's
Yeah.
well, you are Mr. Black
Okay,
and White. You
exactly.
know,
Ben, final word.
My
I'm
final
still-
word is, I know it was a topic that was heated.
quick. We don't have time.
Yes, I know. I know that topic was heated, but my sympathy goes to first of all to all the families who've lost their little ones, little ones, in experiences or in crimes that we just talked about. But as for the crime, punishment fitting the crime, we can only talk about it, but it's up to us, the community, everyone, to do something about it. So I leave it in your hands.
I just don't think it's so cut and dry. So I think there's
Here's the
lot-
last word.
There's a lot more to
See
be
you later,
done.
everybody.
By the way,
Yeah,
don't forget Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that stuff. Get in
I think
touch with us
they
because
know.
I definitely want to hear what you got to say about this one because this is a doozy, as you like to call it.